I'll watch it. But I am a huge Red Wings fan. They're my #1 team forever. I also kind of like football, but I don't really watch it that much. Just the Michigan State game every year, and I am a Michigan fan. Tony brought up the Super Bowl. I watched that too, but I'm a Michigan fan 100%. I don't like State. I hate State. And I watched the Super Bowl as well, but that's more for the commercials. Like this year, we had an awesome one. There's the Doritos Samurai. Oh my god! I don't know if you guys saw it, but that was fucking epic. Uh huh. Yeah. And I also watched the Rose Bowl, but only if I remember it's on. Next question, because I could talk about sports forever. Best friend or friends? I have a lot of best friends. Tony being one of them, Zach being one of them as well, Dee as well. Everyone in this room right now actually is my best friend, one of my best friends. Because a lot of people like to say you can't have more than one best friend. I don't agree with them. You can. And unless you're really weird, you do. Because we don't all travel in a single circle of friends. You have different groups of friends. And in each group, you're going to have someone who is your favorite friend of that group, your best friend of that group. And yeah, some of them have some of the same members, and you might have more than one best friend in that group. Because there's one that's in this group and another group that's your best friend. But you know what? It happens. That's life. And I have lots of best friends. And I love them all dearly. What? Uh-huh. I love you too, Dee. Misa, Misa? Really? Death Note. Apparently I just got a new nickname, guys. Apparently I'm now Misa Misa. I don't know why. Only because I have a Pomeranian butt on my head right now. Anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. And I'm fat. We're moving on. Ow! 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 Okay, chill. Next question. Do you love your family? We won't move on from that one. I'll actually address this one. I don't really love my blood family, like my actual family. They annoy the crap out of me. My brother and sister, as I've told you guys many times, get into my shit and they steal things and they annoy the crap out of me. But my adopted family, like, Zach, yeah, my mom is psycho, like Tony just said, and, Zach and Dee and Jamie and Tony and Flea and almost all of my friends, I consider family. Because as far as I'm concerned, blood doesn't make family, love does. And I love my friends more than anything, so they are my family. I've even adopted their grandparents and their parents as my own. Except for Dee's dad, no, he is fucking crazy and I'd like to punch him, but I don't want to go to jail. As for my actual family that I care about, I only really care about my cousin Brittany, who is a year or so younger than me, but we're like twins. Unfortunately, she lives in Colorado, so on the other coast, which sucks. As Dee said, Ozzy, because who wouldn't love Ozzy if you were related to him? And my grandmother. My grandmother is awesome too, and so is my papa. The rest of my family is really only good for, bitching about to my friends and getting money to. Or getting money from, not to. Getting money from them. My dad gives me money to try and buy my love, and it doesn't work. But, I'm going to let him give me money because I could use it. Next one. Do you have any kids? Not that I have given birth to. No. We're not having that fun for a while yet, if ever. I do, however, have children, because you guys should know that. You're my children. Well, some of you. Some of you are my wives or husbands or brothers, in Worth's case. Dee is a wife. Jamie's a wife. And I have a couple other ones, and I used to have a few more, but we've, over the years, gotten divorces because either I couldn't put up with them anymore, or they couldn't put up with me anymore, or there just wasn't enough time to see each other, and we just weren't having it, so we ended it. But, moving on. How do you eat a candy cane? Very easily. If I had one right now, I could show you. But you know the basic shape of a candy cane. It's a cane. You hold the crook part and you suck on the end until it gets down to where the other end is equal with it. Then you shove the stupid thing in your mouth and nom on it. You nom on it. Hugs or kisses, and why? I prefer hugs. I really do, because they make you feel all warm and cuddly and loved inside. And I don't like kisses. I have an aversion to someone else's saliva in my mouth. It's gross. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that one because I could go on about it forever. They're still gross. I don't like it. I'm sorry. You can have all the, happy kisses with Viv you want. I don't want them. I will take a hug any day. Moving on, though, to music. Music, there's not much I can say about it other than that I love it. I'm not a huge fan of jazz, and I don't really like the newer rap, but there are a few songs. But in general, I like all of it. I, grew up with my mom is a huge country fan, so I grew up listening to like Reba McEntire and Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson and everyone like that. And on my dad, when I was with my dad, which was very rare, it was, Pearl Jam and Pink Floyd and AC/DC and Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and all of those. So I love all of it. And I've lived in so many different places with so many different mixed cultures that I've just learned to appreciate all music no matter what it is. Even jazz and rap, I can appreciate it. I just don't like it that much myself, but I will listen to it, especially if it's something you really like and you suggest it to me. I'll give it a chance at the very least. Your natural hair color. Believe it or not, my natural hair color is clear. I was born with a full head of hair and I looked completely bald. And it's only darkened up a little bit recently to where it's like dirty dishwater blonde. And I don't like my natural hair color, as you can tell. I bleach it a lot and color it weird colors. Have you ever been in a car accident? A couple, yeah. None of which were my fault. The first one, I was in my grandmother's Alero that I drove all the time to school. Coming back from a field trip to the county jail because I was in a criminal justice class, we stopped because we were allowed to take whatever way we wanted back after lunch. I stopped at the local 7-Eleven, and it shares a parking lot with McDonald's right next to it. And I was going so slowly, my speed didn't even register on the speedometer. Hit some ice because they didn't salt because they're a bunch of fucking fucktards. And hit a lamppost and busted the axle, twisted the frame. And it's really hard to twist a metal frame, but I managed it. The body shop didn't know what to do with me. The driver's side tire was horizontal, and they're not supposed to do that. But, bright side on this, I fixed my window, my turn signal, and my windshield wipers. Are you guys making fun of me? No. Liars. Liars. And my second one, I was sitting at a red light in the middle lane, so there was the left-hand turn lane up next to me and the right-hand turn lane on the other side. And this stupid old man in this cherry red GMC pickup truck came up and hit me because the left-hand turn lane turned green and he thought it was ours because he's old and doesn't need to be driving anymore, so he killed my card. Yeah, he said the first thing out of his mouth, was, I hit you good, didn't I? And guess I wasn't paying enough attention. You think? My car is dead now. I almost punched him. But instead, I did the responsible thing and called the cops. Yeah, I got hurt. I ended up with whiplash and a sprained spine and bruised ribs on top of already broken ribs from my sister. So I wasn't allowed out of bed for anything. I couldn't not even that whole, you're only allowed out to go to the bathroom and whatnot. No, I had to have help even with that for like a month and a half, 2 months. It sucked. What?
But in that old guy's defense, he was probably already having 1.5 legs out the door as far as going to die.
No, nothing happened to him.
No, his truck was fixed 3 days later.
I'm just saying, he probably didn't give a fuck anyways, because he probably already had 1 leg in the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, that's just along that, like, even that much longer.
Yeah. Next question. Croutons or bacon bits?
Can't have both.
No, it's an either or question, so I can't
Yeah,
pick
when do you
both.
ever pay attention to those then?
I don't really like bacon bits, to be honest. They're weird to me, so I won't eat them.
Just stop and think about it.
Because sometimes I'll eat them, but if it's either if I can only have one or the other, I'm always gonna go with croutons because I love them. I get extra whenever I can. If a restaurant would let me, I'd order nothing but a bowl of croutons with some Italian dressing on the side to dip them in, but they won't because they suck. But yeah. Favorite flower. My favorite flower is any flower